Hotel 5 and contact ramp control 129.87 direct.
Oh, yeah, Polaris 1994. So left, we Juliet, Hotel 5 and contact ground in
Yes, contact ramp 129.87.
109.87 Polaris 1994. Hold on, Tower BSO7.
BSO7 for Lauderdale Tower?
Once we're going east to the OK director executive airport.
BSO7, that is approved. Once you're not to the airport, proceed direct.
104 Fort Lauderdale Tower, caution like turbulence departing 737. Additional traffic is a helicopter just past Midfield Downwind north of the runway at 1000. Flighting 080 until advised. Runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
00 Delta 5, clear for takeoff, 10 left, Bombers, 104.
Grand American, American 2191, short of Tango 5 with Mike.
American 2191, Fort Lauderdale ground, runway 10 left. Taxi via Tango 5. Bravo, information November is correct.
Okay, 10 left, Tango 5 Bravo, we'll get November, American 2191.
6111 left turn, heading 080. Runway 10 left, clear for takeoff. Traffic just north of the departure end will remain north of the runway at all times. 8 and 900 feet or 2 helicopters.
South 6111, clear for takeoff 080, traffic in sight.
There we go. I don't know what audio is coming from the desktop, so I'm just going to turn that down. And sorry about that, you couldn't hear me that whole time, but this is Officer Gregory Stevens, as I call myself on YouTube, and I'm going to be flying from St. Petersburg, Russia, to Moscow. Just turn this radio off. Okay. Okay, so the engines have been started. I pretty much did all of the startup procedures, but the next thing that I'm going to do because of the temperature is, let me get off this frequency so I can talk better. What am I on? Okay, there we go. That was on radio 2. Typically 2 on this when you're on radio 2. My type of aircraft, by the way, is an MD-80. I think it's the 86, not just the regular MD-80. And what I'm going to be doing now is taxiing to runway 10 left for departure. I've got my altimeter and everything set. There's where I am. And here's runway 10 left. That's it right there. Oh, you know what? You really can't see this, can you? I better move this in closer. I can't really tilt my monitor too well. That's the thing. I mean, you know, like rotate it. That really screws things up because of the light and everything like that. You know what I'm going to do? Is just enlarge my whole screen here. And sorry it's not, you know, it's whatever resolution my webcam is all, but just going to configure the video so it actually shows better what's on the screen. So it's not contrast. Is it brightness that I've got to adjust? I don't even have control over that many settings on the webcam, believe it or not. Like gamma, I can adjust gamma. That doesn't do it. Sharpness, I'm going to jack up. I can't. Yeah, I can. Hold on. Gamma. Sharpness is now up. Saturation. It's not really it. Contrast, right? Oh, I could adjust contrast. There it is. Yeah, we don't want it higher because it's basically too high. Brightness. Yeah, I guess I'm turning brightness down. And that's it. Low light compensation, if I turn that back on. Well, sorry about the quality of that. That's pretty terrible. Let me see. I could set a custom resolution though. 2048 by 1356. Can it do that? Oh, it can. Wow, well, that's pretty incredible. Well, there's a very high resolution output. Okay. Can I control this other stuff now? Nope. That's pretty much as good as it gets. If I'm not showing... Oh, alright, so I gotta rotate this a little back here. Yeah, you could see. I think you could see. Kind of. What, do I enlarge it more? You know what? Part of the problem is I have a window behind the laptop. Let's close that. There we go. That was it. That was doing it. Alright. Fair enough. I'm going to have to actually turn this a little more towards me so I don't get, like, disoriented. What I'm doing here then, again, as I said, is taxiing to runway 10 left. Now what I'm doing is I'm setting my flaps for takeoff. I have a fairly heavy aircraft right now, so my flaps I'm setting to 15. And you do this little calculation to figure out where you put the long trim. In my case it's going to 10, so that's 10 degrees of trim for takeoff. That should be it there. One way to test is you throw the throttle up and see if it yells at you about anything except brakes. Parking brakes are on. And thanks for watching my stream. I'm going to change this over to generator, let's see, left and right. We'll use the left side generator. And tell them to take the external power unit out. Now, I could make this a little louder. Sorry about that, I got headphones on. I might forget that a few times, but alright, so we're aligned. Just going to take care of some exterior lights. The, what did I do? Bring that hat in here or something? I guess I took it off out there. Yaw dampers on. Yeah, was just looking for the logo light. There it is. Logo light's on. Then I turn on basically all of these, which you can reach easier if you're over more on the co-pilot side, first officer, whatever. Co-pilot, first officer, same difference. Those are all on. Alright, so here's our autopilot right now. I hope you could read that. You really can't, can you? How about it? See, it really kind of depends on, like, how I'm angling this for contrast. One second, let me work on this a little bit more here for you guys. Not that I probably have any viewers, but if I do, I appreciate it. Alright, so that's what happens when contrast goes up way too high. That should do it. Brightness. Try to get it to actually match what it looks like in here. That would be all the way down. How about saturation? Something not quite that high. That might be good. Alright, let's see. So, like, all my medications are prominently displayed here. Sorry about that as well. Those are being moved. I have a throttle here. It would be cool if I could display my throttle. You know what, though? What difference does it make? Because you can't tell. Let me just do this. Alright. A little low. There we go. Well, you can see my controls here. So this obviously is the rudder, pitch, the elevators, and ailerons on this axis. So again, I'm going to taxi to runway 10 left. That's the closest to me. And we're going to start the taxi now. And I'm going from, right now I'm at St. Petersburg, as I might have mentioned. What I have to do, as my plane starts rolling here, turning to the right, is set my V speeds for departure. So, take off. Nope, we go back here, and it's this one. V1, rotate, V2, execute. So I got my V speeds on there. I think I'm going over the ground, so let me just fix what I'm doing here. I'm might not be talking to active controllers. There's not a controller on right now for this airport in St. Petersburg. There may be one for Moscow. Moscow, by the way, is about 40 minutes flight away, and it's to the southeast of here. Alright, so we're going to be looking for the taxiway little center lights, or perimeter lights, really. This is supposed to be a connector. Alright, I think I got it. I'm not starting to notice now, because I'm flying in Europe more, and some areas around Europe, that when you go to taxi, okay, now I'm being told to contact approach for ULLL, even though that's not this airport. 119.3. Aeroflot 6272 is with you. Good evening. Let me make sure I got the right frequency here. 119.3. That is it. And Aeroflot 6272 is requesting clearance as filed. If you do handle clearances to Moscow, would like to depart runway 10 left here at St. Petersburg. If you don't have my route on file, just let me know. And I think he told me to contact him on 119.3, and I did, but then he's either not hearing me or my microphone's off. I don't know what. No, I know my microphone works because I was just talking to him. He must have stepped away for a second. So what he might do, this controller, is give me a squawk to put in for the... Okay, so he said Roger to what I just told him my intentions, and I'm going to continue the taxi because he hasn't said anything otherwise. Because he's Russian, he probably prefers to type than to talk. In my case, because he's using English here, which is actually better for me. We'll see how he does this, but turning more on to the taxiway. The taxiway is supposedly like over here. I don't see perimeter lights for it, unfortunately. A little more to my left, actually. I can tell by the noise that this makes. See, like that's the ground. So let's see here. We're gonna get onto pavement. You'll hear more like a rolling sound. There it is. There is pavement, but there are no perimeter lights on the taxiway, so I do have to be careful on this. I was just going to say that it seems like in Europe what they do more is they have you taxi via the runway you're using. So you actually taxi down to the end of the runway on the runway instead of via a taxiway, and you'll turn around at the end. I haven't seen that at many American airports, especially larger ones. They typically have a taxiway going all the way to the end of the runway, and with various. See, I don't think he's addressing me. Aeroflot 6272 is with you.
Aeroflot 6272, over. problem with my microphone. Are you ready to copy I for clearance?
I'm ready to copy, and perfectly fine typing if you prefer that as well.
Alpha 672, Roger, you're clear to destination, runway 10 left. After departure, straight ahead, climb to altitude 3,500 feet. And contact with the local approach frequency runway vessel 3, your squawk for the day is 072.
Okay, I've got everything except the last digit of the squawk here, Aeroflot 6272, so I'm going to depart runway 10 left, climb to 3,500 feet, contact departure, or contact, I believe, stay on your frequency is what you said, 119.3, correct me if I'm wrong, squawk 072 something, I think.
Airport 6272, squawk 0725 and affirmative, you should contact me immediately after departure. 119 is 3.
Okay, and the squawk is 0672, did you say? I'm sorry. 0? He's going to type it now. Squawk 0725.
Squawk 027. Correct.
Russian accents are a little bit tricky to understand for me anyway, but you know, the way they have the microphones on here, it's like real ATC where you have a little distortion. 0275. So I put that in and I press ident so you can see that I've got it. And
Шаттл 791, спасибо за полку, да, проблемы с микрофоном были, я вам подал разрешение на посадку, а вы в чате не писали, ну, я вам написал в любом случае, спасибо, что. Я отвечал, он честно, просто видел сообщение, что, ну, в общем, все понятно, спасибо.
alright, you can see there's a windsock up there and everything, so anyway. Turn off the map now because I know where I'm going. I can see the end of the runway clearly. And
Alpha 672, for more information, you continue taxiing to holding point runway 28 left.
Aeroflot 6272, was that for me? I'm taxiing to the holding point for 10 left.
Alpha 672, Roger, maybe I have negative scenery file in my gyroscope. Nevertheless, you can continue taxiing via your route to holding point runway 10 left, call me when ready for departure.
We'll give you a call when ready for departure. Thank you. Aeroflot 6272. Now we're going up only to 3,500 initial climb, so I'm putting that in here. And we're gonna get up to the end of the runway here where I know I can actually, where I can hold short of it. I think he was talking about my scenery file for a second because he sees that I'm like on the ground, not on a real taxiway. And he's a little bit right. A little bit right. Let me just, you know, I don't have like where an official holding point is, but I'm going to follow this map here. Here we go. Whenever you're on the grass like this too, it's like way harder to taxi. You need a lot more thrust to get it going. So typically I'm very good at taxiing. I pretty much follow the center line. This is a bit of an unfamiliar airport. So now I'm holding short of the runway, basically, kind of. Yeah. Alrighty. Aeroflot 6272 at St. Petersburg, runway 10 left, ready for departure.
Airport 6272 from my information, you're on holding point runway 28 left, 90 left, southwest wind 110 degrees, 5 meters per second, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, runway 10 left, cleared for takeoff. Aeroflot 6272. You see I'm jotting things down here because you never know, you're going to get 3 instructions at once. Now, I'm going to fly runway heading, is what I'm going to do. I'm setting my auto throttle past V2. It's going to go all the way up to 200 and 220 knots or so. Say right there, that's 220. Now let me make sure I'm getting lined up right on this runway. It's a little, there we go, there's the center line. You can actually see it there. Usually I'll use differential thrust on that, not to brag, but I do know how. I'm sure everyone does. We're all pilots here. Alright, I'm basically lined up. Got the altimeter setting correct. I'm going to just have it hold my heading right there at 265 and make it... Oh, I see. I'm not on runway 10. Is that what he's trying to tell me? I don't even know the runway direction. Let's see here. Nope, not arrival. Departure. Yeah, that I'm on 28 left right now. Nope, 28 left. There it is, 28 left. And we're gonna want the if the SID is on here. Let me just check the winds, make sure that he didn't give me a clear... Oh, okay. Okay, so I am supposed to taxi to 10 left. Requesting 10 right if possible. Sorry again. Screwed up my directions there. See what he says, if he says anything. Because I see the winds are going opposite the way they should be at 10 knots too. They're pretty substantial, so I'm going to want to taxi to the end of the runway. He's probably coming up with instructions. There's another guy at this airport now, so this isn't too good. Okay. Vacating runway 28 left to taxi to 10. So I just told him I'm vacating.
672. You could taxi straight ahead from the runway.
Oh.
Okay, to taxiway at your discretion.
Okay, I can taxi via the runway. Thanks a lot. I'll do that actually. To line up the other way. 10 right.
Alpha 6 to search information, 10 right. I think 105 is unavailable due to snow removal, but for you I can't open it. That's in there, no problem.
Okay, whatever's better for you. For now, I'll keep it. I appreciate that. I'll keep going on the taxi to 10 right. Thanks a lot. So this runway is supposed to be closed due to snow removal issues they're having in St. Petersburg. But just for me, it's open. Just for me. Basically, you've screwed up so much, I don't care, just use it. So I'm taxiing via the runway. And this is now my own little VIP runway here. Pretty cool. And I'm not going to ask him again if I can depart from the runway. Well, I guess I should, because it's a different one. This is now going to be runway 10 right. So let that be a lesson to myself, and if you just learned anything from that, unless you were looking at the map and saying, hey, wait a minute, that's a westbound runway, how's that 10? I don't know. Be a lesson to just pay more attention. Don't assume that you're going to get a certain runway to the point where like you don't hear it in the controller's own speech. You said to me a bunch of times, something about 10, but I couldn't tell what it was. He was telling me that the winds were 10 knots, not the runway number. So here we go. I hope this gets some views. It's snowy in Russia. We can close runways for snow removal for a very long time. Now it just said disconnected from first voice room, so I don't know if he 132.150. He just changed frequencies on me or something. We're lucky if we get like 6 centimeters lately here in Connecticut, USA. Understood. Now he's on 132.15. I have a feeling he doesn't want to deal with me for some reason. Like, why else would you change your frequency? Alright, now he's on 127.3, which is, see, he's on a 119.3. At your discretion, I suppose 10 right would be comfortable. Okay. Appreciated, sir. Sorry again for... Okay.
I'll be going back into that.
Affirmative. I just taxied to the wrong runway in St. Petersburg, and now I'm on one that they're not supposed to use because of snow removal. They get so much snow. that they just close it down for like hours. But he's like letting me use it out of convenience, so it's kind of funny. Totally wrong runway, blew it. I don't think you heard that, did you? Just that's my father there. His name is Norman. He just told me he was going outside. This is actually his computer. I used to have my own gaming rig, but not anymore. Sold it many years ago to a pawn shop, sadly. It would have run this a lot better. You can see my frame rate in the upper left if you look, 16. What happens in X-Plane 11 anyway, if you have a frame rate under 20, is you get a slowdown, you get a dilation of time. So you can think of it like a second right now is an action.
Russell 6% to that perfect approved surface winds 110 degrees at 5 meters per second, runway 10 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 10 right, aerofloat 6272. That was our takeoff clearance, obviously. I think he was maybe just consulting with another controller or something over whether I should be able to use this runway. That's my little theory anyway. We don't know if that's true. So I'm just tapping on the brakes and releasing.
Езжайте по старый шелон, 5-0. На призыве 10 мил, титулы, снижайте шелон 5-0, 221 и информация выйдет на воздух.
On this runway, and I'm just setting my vertical speed here for 3,000 feet per minute for the climb. I know I don't have to climb that fast, but I'm going to. And I'm going to use the EPR limit on thrust for takeoff. So I set it to takeoff flex and then hit EPR limit. And that's going to put it up to the power limit basically based on pressure settings for me, except I do have to turn on auto throttle. There we go. Auto throttle's now on, so I'm not even throttling up with my hand here on the throttle. I'm just letting it throttle up, brakes released. And I'm going to call out 80 knots, V1 and V-rotate, V2. I missed 80 knots, but we're beyond it. 120. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And we're going to bring our flaps back to slats only. So I'm going to do a speed select setting. Well, I'd like to. Hold on one second. Okay, autopilot on. That's going to just hold my heading better. I don't want to... Alright, we're just going to reduce our vertical speed down to 2,000 feet per minute. Slats up, slats retracted. And I'm trying to just... And this damn EPR thing. Climb. Overspeed just a tiny bit, so there we go. Speed 250. That's going to be the limit. may I proceed direct DKUDI?
Alpha 6272 identified. From present position, direct Cody, climb to flight level 270.
Up to 270, direct DQD, thank you. Aerofloat 6272. 270. Alright, so we're going to go way up. And we're going to start our vertical speed climb again. 2,500 feet per minute, if we can hold it. And we're going to hit our nav button. And that's going to put us on track as soon as I hit the direct. It's OQD actually, not DQD. Screwed that up. I hope there is no such thing as DQD, because I'm going to OQD. Sorry about the lack of aircraft noise, kind of, because the radios, I have to set them louder. There we go. Little wind noise. And so I'm gonna turn the APU off at this point. And you won't hear it turn off for a little bit, but it's turning off. So climbing up to flight level 270. That's going to be 27,000. And in Russia, I believe that the point of transition, the transition altitude is 18, like we have here. Now I just came out of the clouds. I had a cloud sailing down there in St. Petersburg. And you can see on my map here how much progress I've made. I'll increase that range a little bit. And there it is. There's where Moscow is. So we're going southwest, essentially, right now. We have a crosswind of 34 knots. And we are 47 miles from Dukuti. So it says the top of our climb will be right there. I think it makes more sense to go up to flight level 270 as well than it does to go, you know, up to like 30,000 or whatever. It doesn't. That wouldn't be too good. I may have to turn the stream off in a little bit, and I won't be able to show you my approach. Reason being that I have to refer to the computer here, which has the JPESN information on it. Let me just see if I could at least find it. I guess I could do it like this. I just feel like it might not be the best way. Let's see. My JPESN information. I've got it for each airport. Somewhere. It is somewhere. Where is it? Here no. I spoke too soon. That is weird. There, okay, I found it. UUEE, that's the Moscow airport I'm going to, so. So that's what the controller meant when he was talking about, well, maybe you have different scenery from me and all this stuff, because he saw that I was at the wrong runway for takeoff. Now, I took off on the right direction, but technically, I took off on a runway which should have been closed for snow removal. So let that be a lesson to you all, I say, but it's really a lesson to me. Probably most of you who are going to watch this would never do that. We do have a tailwind up here, that's nice. What's the strength? 67 knots. Nice. It does make it a little tougher to climb at such a fast rate. But it is what it is. It gives you a lot of tailwinds really add to your ground speed. You look here, and at least in this aircraft, you look here and you see your ground speed on the bottom left of your it's really an artificial horizon ILS indicator, flight director thing. There's probably a word for it, but you look there. All right. Flight attendants, please dispense the snacks. We are at the snack altitude. And because we're at 16,000 or whatever right now, I'm going to go to 299 or 2. We're still a little bit early.
Английский 321 лишь прямо на место. Езжайте. Летите 500 футов, км 416 лет.
Okay, he's speaking Russian, so I know he's not talking to me.
Прямо на место, езжайте 2500 футов по давлению 10-16 гектопаскаля, Архангельский 321. Какой еще? Архангельский 828 уже входит в зону моей ответственности. Склок 0762 стоите. Здравствуйте, Архангельский 828, правильно? Архангельский 828, склок 0762, правильно.
I like how for squawk they say squawk, even though they're speaking Russian. There's no other word for squawk. We got about 6,000 feet more to go for our climb here. And we have to reduce our rate of climb because we don't have enough airspeed. So we're going down to 2,200 feet per minute. Should really be about 1,800 just to be safe. On EPR limit here for thrust. You can see I'm climbing but slowly, moving through the air. It bothers me how far down you can see stars when you're up here, but I guess it's because you're up in altitude, so you can see the stars below what we would usually consider the horizon. UULL? Is that them? No, I'm UUE. So it doesn't look like anyone's there might not be any controller at Moscow right now. Basically, there's Russia Center is what's up. Let's see, UU something center. Traffic? Let's see, how high is he above me? 5, 4, yeah, that's not good. I'm just going to climb. Throttle all the way up. Climb. Alright, he's below me. Crazy, bunch of crazy air traffic controllers in Russia. He didn't even mention it. I almost had a mid-air collision. Thank God, this is how TCAS works. I can see he's now 1,300 feet below me, so I'm good. But we would have collided if I didn't hear that voice come on and say traffic, traffic. That's a feature of the aircraft, not ATC. Thanks a lot for your help. We'll do so. You have a great night and appreciate it. Goodbye.
Good day.
So now I just go back to 122.9er. No, 122.8. That's Unicom. But why is my father still here? He has no patience anymore. No patience for me. Hold on, let's see what's going on. 7859 80. There we go. 122.8. We're almost at our cruising altitude. This is probably the cruising altitude he recommends. Let's see what my computer says here. It says it recommends 310. Should we do it? We have to use odd numbers. And you know what? Why the hell not? Let's go up to 310. Oh boy, I gotta reduce my climb rate. Oh boy. And set it to EPR climb limit. That's gonna be, see that right there? EPR. Well, part of the reason why he didn't really help me avoid that collision too was that the aircraft coming towards me was not really in my airspace. Not his airspace. Same one as me, same a different sector. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to look at the star, which is the standard terminal arrival. And does I have 310? They must have really, really thin air up here in Moscow, in Russia, because I don't know what the air pressure is, because I got to set it to 2992. But usually up here I could climb a lot faster than this. So they have density altitude. What I was about to say though, it's going to be 1 second here. All right, now we could at least get some more airspeed. I don't know. Oh, you know what part of that is? We have 100 knot tailwind. That's all. We're good. We can still stall because of that, so I can't climb as fast. We're going to look at the legs of the route here. And see, oddly, it's like my star is not in here. So let me see. I should have one selected. It's called LTB11G. See, I don't see it. Maybe I missed it. That must be out of date, or this one is, so that's going to be a problem. Alright, so what I have to do, I'll try to keep this on the screen, but wow, it's already 2:30. Lat B1, the RNAV approach. That's what it's called. Does it have another name? Let's see. Doesn't look like it does. And the approaches I could pick basically are ILS 23. Is that probably going to work? I would say yeah. ILS 23 is going to be okay. But, why are you still here? What? Hold on. Lab B, 11G, UUEE, Lab B, 11G. Alright, so it's not in here, which means, oh, hold on a second, I'm sorry. I'm going to use RG1 as the transition. So I'm going to lat V like it says to, and I should be at flight level 500 for that, as it dictates here. So that means 5,000 feet. After that, we go to Goper, G-O-P-E-R. And all of a sudden, they have an approach frequency on. I might actually do the rest of this flight off the network so that I don't have to talk to the Russian controllers and be all confused, but EE07.5 transition. Yeah, what runway is that though? Runway 6 right. UUEE approach 118.1. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to just pause the stream for a bit. I'll be